Troy's eyes widen and blink as the female Grat tilts her head and drags her claws lightly down his torso.
Well, Troy, are you interested?
Miki asks of the Terran in her native language. Sure, right this second? Because I really need to use the lavatory and, wash up and prepare a bit, he responds. I won't be more than 10 or so minutes.
If that is what you need, then don't feel the need to rush. We'll be here,
Nodrin whispers reassuringly into the man's ear. Thanks. It'll make the whole thing a heck of a lot easier, Troy says, as Miki slides off of him to allow him to crawl out of the blanket fort. As he does so, the Grat duo bundles up to one another, their tails weaving in nervous excitement.
Still feeling positive about this, Cherished?
Miki asks in a soft chitter, already knowing the answer from Nodrin's increased temperature.
Absolutely, love. If I'm being honest, I never thought sharing what we have would come to pass like this, let alone with someone who isn't a Grat. But I'm excited to see where things go and what sort of relationship we'll have with him, Nodrin replies, before rubbing Miki's head with their own. He certainly seems willing for a physically intimate one. Assuming we're compatible, that is. This could turn out to be a fruitless venture, and we must be understanding if that turns out to be the case, Miki points out. But even if we can't make it work, I still have good feelings about the possibilities moving forward.
Of course.
Also, his experience and feelings on it may not match ours, so it's important that we make it clear that he can set his own boundaries, even if he is balls to the wall about this, Nodrin says, as they stare up at the ceiling of the fort. Then, after a time, they sit up slightly and activate a datapad, which begins to play ambient sounds of a rainstorm that is muffled slightly by a cozy shelter. Want to remind yourself of our times travelling?
Miki inquires.
Yes. Loving you in our tent, no matter what the elements had in store for us. That is where I feel most comfortable and at ease, Nodrin chitters, before setting the pad back down once finished adjusting the volume to a preferred level. You have the sweetest of spirits, Nodrin. I'm so happy that we're together on this adventure we've lived, even before the stars fell from the sky above us, the female giggles, before pressing herself against her bondmate even tighter than before.
The purpose and life you've gifted me just by knowing you is immeasurably valued, my love, Nodrin replies, as they start to unbuckle their bondmate's belt. Before they are able to, the sounds of a Terran rushing to re-enter the fort becomes audible. Troy then snakes himself back in while carrying a long, small black bag and dressed in nothing but his undergarments. Once all were fully separated from one another, the three curl up and remain with the sweaty Troy sandwiched between the Grat. As both of the green individuals notice the man's emotional state and easily infer that he needs emotional and physical aftercare, which includes a shared shower to clean off the three's earlier pleasantries and resettling in a cleared-up fort. After a while of attentive cuddling, the three find themselves barely holding on to consciousness, as sleep is well overdue at this point.
I had a very good time,
Miki says.
For the first time experiencing this, I concur,
Nodrin agrees. You guys are so great, Troy hums in his half-consciousness. Like, that was a blast. Miki and Nodrin's eyes catch one another's, thinking the same few things, but instead of dragging on the conversation, they fully rest up to sleep.